Let's look at our spiral review. This is number 14, and this is for block 2. Okay, first of all, I want us to put up the top that this is due on Friday, and that's December 10th. Okay, and then let's look at the directions in the number sense column. Okay, the first set says to round. Highlight the word round, so we're paying attention to the directions. And then on the second one, that is a decimal number. What do we do with the digits that come after the decimal? Do we change them to zeros or drop them?
Drop them.
Drop them. Okay, name the value of the underlined digit. That means what is it worth? You should highlight the word value. And then we'll highlight where we're pointing out the next number is a decimal. So we know that is not the ones place. The next one down says to name the place value of the underlined digit. So we're looking for ones, hundreds, tens, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. What is the place value? And then again, the one below it is a decimal. So again, that is not the ones place. Okay, below that it says write the number in standard form and word form. Standard form is the way we always write numbers. Word form is writing it with the words. Over here on the right side, it's adding, and then it's estimating to check. Remember to, when we estimate that we're going to round to the highest place value that they both have. So what place value column are we rounding those to for our estimate? Who can tell me? Lindy? The what? The 10,000. So go ahead and underline the 2 and the 8 to give yourself a reminder that you're going to round each of those to the nearest 10,000 for your estimate. Okay, and then over here, there's subtraction, and then it says use the inverse operation to check. What is the inverse of subtraction? Eloise? What's the inverse of subtraction, Jameson? Addition. So you should add back to check. Add your sum to your add-in, and you should get the top add-in. Okay, and then down here we have a division problem. We're going to practice today using a division strategy, and so we may even do that one as one of our examples. And then our multiplication, that's a 2 by 2, so you need a 2-story area model on that. Okay, on the back, the inequalities. I must change 3/4 to a fraction that has a denominator of 16 before comparing. Okay, and then we have adding and subtracting our decimals. And remember that we can add a 0 to our decimal to make it have the same number of digits and to line up that decimal point. Okay? Write 99 and 7/100 as a mixed number and a decimal. And then you need to get out your Factor Ninja folder if needed to name all the factors for 36 in pairs. So what are the numbers we multiply to get 36? 1 times 36. See how they're on top of each other? So what is the next one? What are the others? Okay, and then there's one that's not really a pair because it's a number times itself. So there's only 1 in that one. Okay, and then list the first 4 multiples of 9. And then you're going to go to journal page 33. These are math properties. You need to spell them correctly, and they need to be uppercased because they are proper nouns. Okay, on the area and perimeter work, it says show all the work, decompose it into 3 rectangles. We are going to have to do 3 rectangles this week. Last week we could do 2. So I'm going to draw a line. I'll hold it up and show you each one of these at line here and here to make my 3 rectangles. Okay, so we should know the length and the width. The only one we really have to figure out for the area is one of these small sides right here that I have in pink. Okay, you should be with me. Can anyone help me find the length of that side that I have in pink? How am I going to find the length of that? Okay, how will you find the length of this side? Stella, are you seeing it? How can I find the length of that side? How long is it? How long is that side? Landon? 2. You're thinking it's 2? So that's a vertical line. So I need to look at the other vertical lines. So across from it, I have the line that is 8. And then underneath it, I have a line that is 6. Okay, the vertical line that we're missing is shorter than either of those. So I need to subtract 8 minus 6. So Landon is exactly right. The length of that is 2. The length of that short line there is 2. Okay, that should help us find the area then of all 3 of the rectangles. And then when we're doing our perimeter, look, there should be 8 sides. Okay, you need to use a ruler or straight edge. You need to have points and letters and arrows to draw your ray. You can use the blue paper and then your perpendicular lines. Okay, Mrs. Campbell budgets $2,000 for her December clothing allowance. Mrs. Campbell wants to buy 25 new Christmas sweaters for each day of December leading up to Christmas on December 25th. If each sweater costs $57, how much money will she have left to spend on Christmas jewelry? Okay. Okay. I know we are having issues seeing our screen. Raise your hand and tell me what one you want for a freebie, and I will help you. Eloise. What? The area and perimeter? Okay, I will get you started on that one. It's going to be a little challenging. I'm going to first do it on the video, and then I'll do it on the whiteboard for you guys. Okay, so the area and the perimeter, you can try to follow along. If you go to side A, or the first rectangle on the far left, I'm going to label that A. I'm going to label that little one B, and the bigger one on the right C. So I'm looking at rectangle A, and I was wrong. I do need to figure out the length and width of those sides. The far side is what? We can tell that. The far side is what? 8. Okay, and then what about my short side? How long is that? The width across, so the horizontal width. Will. It's not 6. I'm looking at this one from here to here. Sorry, right here. 2. Okay, and so the way Will came up with that is that length all the way across the top is 9, right? And then we know part of that is 4 from looking at the bottom of that rectangle. Part of it is 3. And so then we have to add 4 and 3 makes 7, so we need to add 2 more to get to the 9. And again, I will show you that one on the whiteboard. Okay, so now I have the length and width for the rectangle A is 8 and 2. The length and width for rectangle B is 3 and 2. And the length and width for rectangle C is 4 and 8. So is it pretty easy to find the area? Okay, and so then we just have one missing side that we need to add for our perimeter. How long is this side right here, from here to here? On rectangle A, that right side. Gemma?
8.
Not 8. The whole thing is 8. Look, Gemma, this side is 8. So how much of it is this? We're just doing this little part from here to here. From here to here.
2.
No, that's not 2, not from here to here.
6.
That's 8, and this much is 2. So how much is that? 6. Okay, so now we have our numbers that we can add together for our perimeter. Does that answer your question, Eloise? If I show you all of those, can you work it from there?
Yep.
Okay. All right, raise your hand for another freebie or hint. Savannah.
Inequalities?
the inequality. Okay, how do we find our equivalent fraction? Multiply or divide the numerator and denominator by the same number. So to go from 4 to 16, what did we multiply the denominator by? 4. And then to go from 3, I will multiply the 3 times 4, so my equivalent fraction is 12/16. So is that greater than, less than, or equal to 11/16? Greater. Okay. Raise your hand for another freebie. Who needs a freebie? Stella Combs. That's a great one, and we're going to do that one together here in a little bit in class. I'm going to, hopefully my screen will work. Jameson. The problem solving, I'll help you with the first part. Okay, so what do I need to do if she wants to buy 25 sweaters and each one is $57? How do I figure out the total cost? 25 times 57. So you need a 2-story area model. Over on the left, it'll be 20 plus 5. And across the top, it's 50 plus 7. Draw your 2-story area model, and we'll go through and fill in the partial products together. Does everyone have this drawn?
Yes.
When you have it drawn, give me a thumbs up, and then we'll go over it. It's a 2-story area model like this. And then I broke apart 27 on the side and 25 on the side and 57 across the top. So in my first box, I need to multiply 20 times 50. What is 20 times 50? 1,000. 2 times 5 is 10, and I need to add 2 zeros. So your first partial product is 1,000. Okay? Then I need to go across and do 20 times 7. What's 20 times 7? Lane, what's 20 times 7? Twenty times 7. 140. 2 times 7 is 14. Add a 0. Then I need to do 50 times 5 for my bottom left one. Mackenzie. McKenna. I think it's your mask. You don't usually wear a mask in here, I don't think. Do you? And now it's throwing me off. It's like I don't even know who you are. I'm sorry, McKenna. I'm sorry. Can you forgive me? Thank you. Okay, 5 times 5 is 25, and then I need to add a 0. And then my last one, 5 times 7 is 35. So now I have my 4 partial products to add together. I'm going to go ahead and group together 1,000 and 140. And then I'm going to do 250 and 35. Raise your hand and tell me what you get when you add those together.
1,425.
Yep, 1,425. Now that's just the first step. So remember our equation that we want to write a 2-step equation. So what we did first, we're going to put in parentheses 25 times 57. Actually, that's really not going to be first because we have to put our subtraction number first, right? So what are we going to put first? How much total money does she have? 2,000 minus, and then in parentheses, 25 times 57. And then an equation has to have an equal sign and a variable. What variable do we want to use? S for Smith? Okay. 2,000 minus, and then in parentheses, we have 25 times 57 equals S. And then you need to solve, we already did the first part, you need to solve it the second part. Okay? And again, when our screen's working, I'll put that up for you to look at. If you turn it over, I will do, actually, I'm going to do that freebie in a moment. Okay, leave that out because we're going to do that division problem together.